Ew, can you see? It's like all up in my hair. I feel like Tinkerbell just took some pixie dust and sprinkled it all over my eyelid. It looks so disgusting. Oh, we needed that. We needed that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be shopping my stash to create a beautiful lavender springy makeup look. If you want to get ready with me, shop your stash, then definitely grab some makeup you haven't used in a while. If you just want to sit back and relax, grab your coffee, grab a blanket. I have my coffee right here, and we'll just have some girl time, chat, get ready together, and just have some fun. I hope you guys enjoy this style of video. I'm going to be taking you along with me to pick out some products that I haven't used in a while, and we're just gonna have some fun and create a really pretty purple look. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and let's go ahead and get started. Cheers. Alright, so this is where I keep all of my primers. For today, I want to go with something a little bit more dewy and fresh for spring. So I think I'm going to pull out my e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter. I haven't used this in a while, and it is nice for achieving that more like dewy, natural look on the skin. So I'm gonna grab this. Alright, for foundations, let's pull something a little bit more thin and lightweight so we can achieve that dewy springtime look. I haven't used this in a while. This is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. This is an option, but I think I'm leaning towards my Neutrogena Serum Foundation. This is just one of my favorite foundations of all time. It is so beautiful, so lightweight on the skin. It's pretty much undetectable. Gives you sheer to light coverage, but I think for like an everyday, natural, ethereal spring look, this will work perfectly. So I'm gonna grab both shades because I like to mix the two. We're gonna be doing purples on the eyes, so I do want a concealer that's gonna give me a decent amount of coverage, but let's use these. I haven't used these in so long. These are my Buildable Blur concealers from Thrive Causmetics. They give, I would say, light to light medium coverage. I love the soft matte finish because it just looks super natural and smoothing on the under eyes. And I can always go in with a color corrector if I do feel like my under eyes are particularly dark today. So I'll go ahead and grab these because I haven't used them in so long, but they are a really beautiful formula. When it comes to eyeshadow, I have a lot of different options for purples. So I have this changeable fantasy palette from Prism Makeup. I got this off of Amazon, and it was around $9 or $10. It's probably the best $9 or $10 I've ever spent, no lie, because you get so many shades in here, but the quality on these is next level, like amazing. You wouldn't even know this is a $10 palette. I got a request from one of you guys, my lovely subscribers, to do a lavender springtime makeup look. So I do love this palette, but I'm not sure if this is the lavender we're going to be using today. That's a little bit more periwinkle, a little bit more blue, but it's an option. I also have this ColourPop In a Daze palette. I got this from Target. I think this shade would be a really pretty color for all over the lid. I'll set this one aside for now. This is my trusty dusty Sugar Pill Fun Size palette. The packaging on this is so cute, so freaking adorable. This is also one of my favorite, most used palettes in general. Whenever I'm doing a colorful look, I usually 9 times out of 10 will reach for this palette. I don't think this palette will work for today's look. I also have my Anastasia Nouveau eyeshadow palette, which has this gorgeous wisteria shade. Let's compare. I mean, they're pretty close, these two shades. Maybe I'll pull both. The only other palette I can think of is my Huda Beauty Nude Light palette. So I have this shade right here, which I could use, but this is more of a dusty purple. These are too deep, so I don't think I'll use that for today. So we'll pull Anastasia and In a Daze, and I'll try to just stick to one, but we might have to hop between the two. I think I also want to grab my Pat McGrath Huetopian Dreams palette. This is like the bougiest product I have in my entire collection. I mean, it's giving springtime, flower field, ethereal, magical princess vibes, so I do think I want to incorporate this because It is gorgeous. This drawer over here is where I keep all of my eye add-ons, my eye toppers. I have glitter toppers, liquid shadows, false lashes, eyeshadow primers, rhinestones, glitter glue, all that good stuff. I do have these really fun liquid shadows from Half Magic. That's a really fun color, but it's again more of a blue-based purple. Wow, that's pretty too. I think these might be too intense for the look we're going for today, but they are really fun. Ooh, my fractal eye paint in Tin Pan Alley. I just talked about this in my favorites video. Love this one. I think I will grab my rhinestones. This is the little case I keep all my rhinestones. Maybe we'll grab these for now. The Kiss So Wispy number 11s. These look really light and fluttery and flirty, so these will complement the look nicely, I think. For powder, let's grab the Rare Beauty setting powder. I have mine in the shade Light. I love this powder because it sets your makeup, but it still gives your skin like a really nice, natural, not dewy, but just not flat matte finish. So it's really nice if you have dry skin. So grab this one. For eye pencils, I'm going to grab these options. The NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil, the white one, the Epic Smoke Liner from NYX, the nude one, Pearl, the e.l.f. Shadow Stick, which is like a sheeny, pearly color, and then this neon eyeliner from LA Girl in the shade Vivid. There they all are swatched out. I don't know exactly which ones I'm going to use yet, but I think it'll be nice just to have these options. So I keep all my lip liners in these two little bins here. I kind of have them sorted by like nudes, and these are my reds. So I did pull a couple that I think might suit this look, and by a couple I mean a billion. I pulled the Urban Decay 24/7 lip liner in Stark Naked. This is the About Face Matte Fix lip liner in the shade Lockdown, which I thought take the look to a more nighttime appropriate sort of grungy level. Next is Starstruck from Pat McGrath Labs. I have this wooden lip liner from Essence. I'm not sure what the name is because all the print has rubbed off, but it's right here, and it's actually a really close shade match for Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk, which is up here. And I also did pull Pillow Talk. This one right here is Makeup Revolution, the Aqua Resist Lip Pencil in Rosewood. Just in case we need something a little bit more muted or neutral, I grabbed Nude Truffle from NYX. This is sort of the color palette we're working with. Ignore that eyeliner swatch, I couldn't get it off. Nudie pinks, as you can see. So I guess we'll just keep all of them out, and then it's so hard to pick a lip liner, lip color without seeing the rest of the look. So we'll keep all those for now. My eyes are immediately gravitating towards this Milani matte lipstick in the shade Peony. Gorgeous pinky tone, nudish lipstick. And I also immediately spotted the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plumper in the shade Mixed Berry, which is similar, but a bit more purpley and obviously more sheer and glossy. So maybe we'll use both, maybe we'll use one or the other. Don't know, we'll see where the night takes us. This could also be a fun option. This is the NYX This Is Milky Gloss in the shade Ube Milkshake, which is like a purpley, mauve-y tone, which could be really pretty, so we'll grab this too. Here are all of my highlighters, one of my favorite drawers, and immediately I am wanting to grab this JCat You Glow Girl highlighter because I don't believe I've really showcased it on my channel very much, but it is so gorgeous, super reflective, but it just melts into the skin. So I do want to show you guys this in action. For bronzer slash contour, I do want something more on the neutral tone side, and this is like the newest addition to my collection, and I don't think I featured it much, so let's pull this out because I do like the effect that this has on the skin. It's super pretty, and it does give you a really natural contoured look if you're around my skin tone. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand, the contour in the shade Fair to Light. And then to set that into place, I'm stuck between these two. These are both more neutrally, almost cool tone bronzers that have a bit of a sheen to them, which I think is so pretty for the spring. This one's broken, but I love this formula. As you can see, I've made quite a dent. So smooth, and I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it does have a bit of a sheen to it. Ugh, so pretty. And then this is the Flower Beauty Heatwave Luminous Bronzer in Sunrise. Super similar. They both have that like sheeny finish. This one's probably a little bit more red based, or almost like a deep purpley base, and this one is a touch warmer. So let's actually go with Flower Beauty, because it'll play into those purpley tones we have going on. I don't know if you can really tell on camera. It's so hard to swatch bronzers, but in person I can tell this one has a little bit more pink to it. Blush, blush, blush. Immediately my heart wants to grab the Juvia's Place blush palette, the volume 4, because I mean, gorgeous for spring, for purples. But I use this so often on my channel, I feel like I should pull something else out and give something else some love. Got my e.l.f. putty blushes. This one is really great for more cool tone looks as well. This is in the shade Bora Bora. I haven't used this in a while. Oh gosh, mine has definitely seen better days. It looks so disgusting. Oh gosh, I might need to get a new one because that's looking rough. Maybe I can like scrape off the top layer. That is looking nasty. This is another one that I haven't gotten too much use out of, and I don't know why. It is a really nice formula. It feels super soft and buttery. This is the Ulta Beauty Flush Blush in the shade Cotton Candy. And you know, that is really pretty, so we'll pull this one out today. Show her some love. Okay, so here is everything we grabbed. So excited to use all this, and let's just jump into the makeup and start painting our face. Okay, brows are filled in, eyelids are primed, so I have all my goodies here that I shopped, and I did pick out 3 eyeshadow palettes because I wasn't sure which purple lavendery shades I wanted to use for this look. So I have the Anastasia Nouveau palette, which has this really beautiful lavender shade right there. And then we also have the ColourPop In a Daze palette, which is, I believe, a Target exclusive. Why did I say that so weird? Exclusive. We have these purples, which are a little bit more purple rather than lavender, so I don't know actually if I'm going to be using this palette. And then we also have my Pride and Joy, my Pat McGrath Huetopian Dreams palette, which has this gorgeous sparkly purple, which I think we're going to have to incorporate somehow. So I think I'm going to start with the Nouveau palette, and I'm going to jump into this Wisteria shade. Actually, rewind. Before I do that, let's go ahead and pop some bronzer into the crease. I'm going to take my Flower Beauty Heatwave bronzer, which we pulled for the face. We'll use that later. But just to start this look, I think I'm going to just use this to create a little bit of structure. Okay, and then I'm going to take a flat, fluffy-ish brush. This is from the Morphe x Ariel collection. I love these brushes. And I'm going to pick up some of that Wisteria shade. And I'm not going to tap off the excess because I do want to get as much pigment on the lid as possible. So I'm getting a bit of fallout, but that's okay because we're doing our eyes first. And I'm just pressing that all over the lid and meeting it with that bronzer we placed in the crease. I'm just going to go back in with my fluffy brush that I used for the bronzer. I'm not picking up any more bronzer, but I do want to just softly diffuse the edges. But I don't want to overblend this shade. I do think I want to go in with a couple little gemstones to make this look a little bit more special, and I'm going to take the smallest size and just dot those super close to my lash line. I had this little applicator that I got off of Amazon. It was like $5, and it makes picking up the gemstones really easy. What I like to do is take my lash glue and just dot a little bit of that onto my wherever I want to apply the gem, and then I will stick the gem onto that. I feel like it's easier to put it onto my skin rather than trying to get the glue onto the gemstone, because sometimes the gemstone will start like sticking to everything and it's just a hot mess. So I find this to be the easiest way to apply. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing better.
I can take you anywhere, I can take you home. I just wanna be there so you never feel alone. I know how it feels to be lost inside this world. Don't give up, no. It's hard to know who you are when you don't know where to start. And people are talking too much. I tried my best to survive. Sometimes I don't feel alive, but I know that we'll make it out.
For the center part of the lid, I'm going to take some NYX glitter glue so that I can apply that beautiful Pat McGrath shade. So I'm going to take the deeper purple.
I just want to be there so you never feel alone. I know how it feels to be.
That glitter is giving Tinkerbell. I feel like Tinkerbell just took some pixie dust and sprinkled it all over my eyelid. It is gorgeous. Next level magical. For an extra pop, I'm going to take the light whitish pink purpley shade. Pop that right in the center. And I am going to add a little bit of this glitter to the inner corner. To ground the look, I am going to add the teensiest little black liner just to make the lashes pop a little bit more and just ground all this beautiful ethereal sparkliness we have going on. So I'm going to do that, apply some mascara and lashes, and then we will move on to the complexion. Okay, I went ahead and applied some liner and lashes, and I did just remove a bit of the brow product I had in just because I felt like they were a little bit too bold, a little too intense for this look. If we feel like we need to go in later and touch them up, we will do that. But for now, let's just go ahead and move on to complexion. So for the complexion, we shopped the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. This is sort of a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Finish, which I love. Now, to be honest and to be fair, I was not the biggest fan of this product when I first tried it, just because I feel like I applied it too much. I definitely feel like less is more with this product. It's a little bit thicker than the Flawless Filter, so I don't like to go in with too much because then I feel like it breaks down my foundation quicker. And I also don't like to apply it to the center of my face because it's so glowy that it does kind of emphasize texture and whatnot. So I like to keep it to the outside perimeter of my face, and it just adds a really nice healthy glow, and it is very moisturizing on the skin, which I like. Oh, and in case you're curious, I'm using the shade One Fair. For foundation, we pulled the Neutrogena Sensitive Skin Serum Foundation. If you've been watching a lot of my videos for a while, you will know that this is one of my favorite foundations of all time. It is so beautiful on the skin, super lightweight. I do like to shake it up before I use it. And today I'm going to be mixing light 1 and light medium 2. I might be able to just go in with light 1. We'll see. Let's just try light 1 at first, and then if I feel like it's a bit too light, we can always add a little bit of the other shade. So this comes with a little dropper bottle, and I'm just going to do half my face so you can see the coverage. It really doesn't give that much coverage. It's more of a sheer to light coverage product, and I do really love it for just everyday no makeup looks. It's one of my favorites literally of all time. It never looks heavy on the skin. It looks like skin. It's so radiant, but it doesn't emphasize texture at all. As you can see, it is very sheer coverage. It just evens everything out slightly and adds a little bit of a radiant, dewy finish to the skin. So if you like more of a natural coverage foundation and you don't like to feel like you're wearing makeup, this is definitely one that I would check out. And I've just been neglecting it because I've been using so many others, like my NARS Light Reflecting, which I really love. That gives a bit more coverage. I also really love the NYX Blur Tint from the drugstore, but that one is definitely way more coverage and also a bit more matte. Actually, a lot more matte. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. For concealer, I pulled these from Thrive Causemetics. These are the Buildable Blur HD Creaseless Concealers. I don't know the last time that I used these. Oh my gosh, it's probably been over a year, which is sad because these were not cheap. And I do really love this formula. I'm going to go in with the shade Fair under my eyes. This is more of a light to light medium coverage. It's really great for every day. But the thing that I like about this concealer is that it does sort of smooth out the under eyes, flatten it out. and it is self-setting for dry skin. If you have dry skin, I don't feel like you need to go in and set this, and it is very minimal creasing. So yeah, I've just been neglecting it. I've been loving my LYS concealer. That one is probably like my favorite at the moment, and then I tried the Urban Decay Quickie, which is so good. That's way more full coverage. This one got kind of pushed to the back of my drawer, which is sad because it is a very, very good formula. And I did apply a bit more than I usually would just because we do have a lot more going on the eyes. So I did want to amp up the coverage just a bit. To conceal these little blemishes I have, I'm gonna mix the two shades Fair and Light Medium. Okay, before we set the makeup, I'm gonna go with my e.l.f. Halo Glow Contour. This is a newer launch from e.l.f. So it's not necessarily something I haven't used in a long time, but I am still trying to just get my thoughts on it and, you know, test it out a bit more for you guys. I do really like the tone of this one. It is more cool tone, which I appreciate for my complexion. I just found it to be a little bit patchy the first time that I applied it. I do like applying the Halo Glow wands with my fingers. That's the best way I found so far to apply it, but it's just a little bit more tedious. Like, I don't know, I feel like it just picks up my foundation a little bit. Let me try with a sponge. I found that blending the blush and the highlighter out with my fingertips really helps to prevent any patchiness, but the contour, I don't know, this one has always been the most patchy on me for some reason. Oh gosh, I squeezed out way too much. Oh my. Let me just wipe some of that away. You got enough for my entire face there. What in the world? Ew, can you see it's like all up in my hair? Oh my gosh. Oh, we're just gonna be super contoured. Alright, give me a second to blend this out. Ew, it's my hair.
I can take you anywhere, I could take you home. I just wanna be there so you never feel alone. I know how it feels to be lost inside this world. Don't give up, no. It's hard to...
Okay, just give me a second. I'm gonna try to blend all this out and hopefully it'll come together. It's looking really crazy right now. I think I need to go in with a little bit more foundation just to tone down this gray. It looks really muddy, and I could not set the face like this because I look insane. So I'll be right back. I think I sort of fixed it, but it's not perfect. I don't know what is going on today, but it just seems like this contour product and this foundation don't mix really well for some reason. They're like getting really muddy and just, they're not staying separated on the face. Maybe it's just user error. It could have been my fault. I did definitely apply too much of the Halo Glow. But just in general, my favorite out of these Halo Glow wands is definitely the highlighter. That one is super easy to use, very beautiful on the skin, very reflective, doesn't pick up the foundation underneath. And the contour wand, just for me, is for some reason really patchy and difficult to use. I like the effect sometimes, but it's just so finicky and inconsistent. I don't know if it's going to be one of my go-to products, but it's not bad. It's definitely good for the price. It's only $9. I think it's definitely a great addition to the drugstore, a nice cool toned liquid contour. I just feel like it's not the easiest product to use in my opinion, personally. Anyway, we got things where we are. I think it'll all come together in the end, hopefully. So let's just go ahead and set the face. I'm gonna use my Rare Beauty setting powder. This is one of my favorites, so hopefully she can come in and save the day. Just gonna tap a little bit off into my cap and take some on a fluffy brush and just set the face. Oh, I forgot how beautiful this powder is. I haven't used it in a long time, but it's really, really good. I feel like it's one of the more underrated products from Rare Beauty. Everyone talks about their liquid blushes, the bronzers, even like the under eye brightener, but I don't feel like enough people talk about this powder. It's amazing. It's so good. See how it sets the face, but my skin still has a little bit of a radiance to it. It doesn't completely mattify things, which I really like, especially if I'm going for something a little bit more glowy and I don't want my skin to look so flat. I love that this sets my makeup and locks it in, but my skin still looks super natural. So it's such a beautiful powder. I need to pull it back out and like keep it on my desk so I don't forget about it because it's so good. So good. So I am going to cheat a little bit. I didn't pull this powder before, but it is a powder that I have not used in a while. It is my CoverGirl Clean Fresh powder. And I really like this powder for brightening up the center of my face because it is pretty pigmented. So I have mine in the shade 120 Fair, and it does add a good amount of brightness to my face. So I'm just going to add a touch of this under the eyes just to really counteract the purples we have going on. I feel like my under eyes are looking a little bit dark. And this is just going to add a little bit of coverage and help to conceal any blue or purpleness we have under there. Alright, let's go in with some highlight. This is the JCat You Glow Girl Baked Highlighter. I don't think I featured this on my channel yet, but this is such a gorgeous highlighter. It's very intense, so it's not for the faint of heart. But if you like a blinding highlight, this is the one for you. This is in the shade Seaside Frost. So I'm just going to take a little bit because it is very intense. And it's not glittery or chunky at all. It reminds me a little bit of the Rare Beauty highlighters in that it's really intense, but it sort of melts into the skin. If you've been wanting to try those and they're a little bit out of your price range, maybe give these a shot because they are really beautiful. Alright, let's add a little bit more bronzer. Like, we really need any more bronzer, but I do want to set that cream into place. So I'm going to go with my Flower Beauty Heatwave bronzer in the shade Sunrise. This is the more cool toned one. One of my favorite bronzers of all time, but again, I just haven't used it in a while because there's just been so many other bronzers launching, especially cream bronzers and stuff like that. So I've just been using more creams and liquids. And I've sort of forgotten about this one, which is a shame because there's something about it. It has a little bit of a, not a shimmer, but like a sheeny finish. So it just looks so natural on the skin. And I love the tone of this, especially if you have more fair to light skin, or if you have a little bit more of a neutral or pinky undertone and you don't like a super orangey or yellow bronzer. This would be a really great one to check out because it almost has a little bit of a reddish pinky undertone. So super flattering, especially for more like a cool tone look like this, or if you don't want something super bronzy. For a blush, let's take this Flush blush from Ulta Beauty. This one is in the shade Cotton Candy. Just a beautiful like baby doll ballerina pink. This is very pigmented, so be careful. Ooh, so pretty. There we go. The complexion is starting to come together. The blush is saving the day. Ooh, we needed that. We needed that. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I pulled a lot of lip liners, if you remember. So I do think I want to go for something a little bit more pinky. This is Pat McGrath Starstruck. That's really pink, but could be pretty. I don't think I want to do Rosewood from Makeup Forever. It's a little bit too warm. This is About Face Lockdown. Should we go super intense? Let's just try it on, just for fun. Let's just see. Oh, no. I can tell right away I don't like it. No, too pinky magenta. Maybe we try this. So I pulled the NYX, this is Milky Gloss, and the Milani Peony. I kind of think I'm leaning towards the Milky Gloss. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the gloss. I think that'll look really cool. So since we're going more purpley on the lips, I'm gonna keep the lip liner a bit more neutral. I am gonna go in with Nude Truffle from NYX. Okay, and then let's top that off with the NYX. This is Milky Gloss in Ube Milkshake. Oh, I love the way these smell. They're so glossy on the lips. I really do like the NYX Fat Drip lip oils, but I think if I had to choose, I would still pick these ones as my favorite formula. No one talks about these, but they're so good. Let's finish up the lower lash line. I think I do want to take a little bit of wisteria along the lower lash line, but I'm going to be careful because I don't want a lot of fallout here. I have to have sparkle on the lower lash line. I have to. So I'm going to take a little bit of my glitter glue. It's probably going to get all in my lashes. Should have thought about that. Oh well. Then we're gonna take the Pat McGrath Purpley Glitter, tap some on my brush, and then I'm gonna spray my brush. And then just tap that in. Ooh, yeah. Yep, I think that's all I wanna do. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of nude liner to the waterline. This is the NYX Epic Smoke Liner in White Smoke. That's nice because it just opens up the eyes a bit. Pop on a little bit of mascara. I'm gonna set the brows with this brow wig from Too Faced. It's not my favorite brow gel because it has like these huge fibers on it that kind of can be a bit messy, I feel. But I'm too lazy to go upstairs and get my other brow gel, to be completely honest. And I do want to use this one up. So I'm just gonna be very light-handed. It's not the best brow day, but it is what it is. So let me just get myself together and then I will see you guys out. So yeah guys, this is the final look. I had so much fun playing with some old favorites and just getting creative and doing my makeup. I'm sorry this video was sort of a hot mess. I don't know what is going on. I got bronzer in my hair, my brows are a tragedy, so sorry about that, but I hope it was still enjoyable and fun to hang out regardless. And I hope this inspires some of you to dig back into your old collection and just play with makeup that you love and rediscover some old favorites, get creative, and yeah, just have fun with makeup because we're all beauty lovers here, right? So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It really means so much to me, and I hope you all have a very wonderful day wherever you are, and I will be praying for each and every one of you, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.